captains, Trevor Riley and Keith Van Strat. The Cascade co-captains, Jason LaFontaine and Iron Mike Keast. We're going to get to all that here in just a moment, but first, just a little bit of history about the Gridiron Growler. Behind me here at Streamside Hall, if you've ever been here, you've seen the newsletters. If you can visit www.gridirongrowler.com, you go there, check out the archives, and you can get all of the history. Taking a look, by the way, brought to you tonight by the Ada Cascade Bugle. They'll be coming out tomorrow and Saturday. Make sure you get your copy. If you are not in a mailing zone, see me here and get your copy on all the news here at Ada Cascade. The 11th annual Gridiron Growler game will be played November 8th at 9:30 a.m. in the morning on Saturday, November 8th at Heritage Field. Tonight we're going to be announcing the teams, and before we get to that, a little bit of history, a little bit of background on the all-time series here. The Gridiron Growler game started in 2015 with 22 athletes, 11 v 11. The game was played at Heritage Field. Virtually no rules, practically tackle with some flag football. There are 3 guys who have played in all 10 games and 3 guys that will play in their 11th game this Saturday. That is yours truly, Brett Anderson, Nick Ketcher, and Mike Castillo. A little note about Mike Castillo: he was the first halfback howler along with Isaac Haywood. Him and Isaac Haywood won the halfback howler. The halfback howler award goes to the MVP of the game. We now have an MVP of the game as the halfback howler and defensive player of the game. If we go back through the halfback howler winners, in 2015 it's Isaac Haywood and Mike Castillo. 2016, Bill Alexander. 2017, Keith Van Strat and Brian Verwise. Keith was halfback howler winner in his rookie appearance at the Gridiron Growler game. 2018, you have Mark LaBrose, who made his way from Detroit for the game. 2019, Mr. Nick Ketcher. 2020, Mark LaBrose again. 2021, Mark LaBrose and Matt Mills. 2022, Nick Ketcher and Mike Castillo were co-recipients. In 2023, we had Trevor Riley and Trenton Riley, who is in studio tonight. In 2024, Mike Castillo. We have a little bit more information about them here shortly. Looking at the all-time series, the all-time series is quite interesting. Going back, you can go to the website. But in 2015, the River Rats defeated the Burton Street Brawlers 14-13. It came down to a final play. The Burton Street Brawlers scored on the last play of the game, and they opted to go for a 2-point conversion, and the pass was missed in the end zone with a deflection off the chest of one of the wide receivers. It is something that keeps all former Burton Street Brawlers up at night. 2016, the Crushers defeated the Brawlers. 2017, the Brawlers over the Crushers, and then 2018, the Brawlers are going to go on a run. They're going to win 2018, 2017, 2018, 2019, and then in 2020, we renamed the teams. The Commanders defeated the Whitneyville Growlers 42-34 in an absolute shootout during the year of COVID. Vintage game, we introduced vintage outfits and this 1908 Spalding melon ball that I'm going to tuck back here. Can you tuck that back there, buddy? We introduced the vintage game and the vintage outfits. In 2021, the Commanders defeated the Growlers 27-14. 2022, Ada over Cascade Commanders in a defensive battle, 14-7. We did a Snow Bowl, which was on Super Bowl Sunday. The Black Shirts defeated the Gray Side, and I know all these guys were there as well. In 2023, Ada was over Cascade in a lopsided affair, 34-7. In 2024, Cascade defeated Ada. Now, the wounds are still fresh from this game, even though it is 11 months ago. We have 23 days until the Gridiron Growler, and I'm telling you, last year's game rings in our ears. What it came down to was an inability at times to tackle the quarterback, Mike Castillo, who might be making his appearance here shortly. Mike Castillo debuted at quarterback and was incredibly difficult to take down. He was the difference. We'll talk a little bit about him and his prowess here shortly. He's obviously a guy that is going to tip the scales one way or another. If you take a look over here, we have the, we can look here. We have this year's logo. This will be this year's t-shirt cover. After the official email goes out, folks, we're asking for $20 for your t-shirt. Obviously, the jerseys have been paid for, and you can wear those. But that'll be going out soon. So let's get to the show and the selection process. here I have the two sets of co-captains. They've agreed to meet here tonight and announce the selection of the teams. They all agreed that the teams are fair and the teams have been evenly and fairly selected. And so let's get to it. I'm going to introduce the co-captains, Trevor and Keith Van Strat. These guys, they go way back. Keith, tell us a little bit about your first game experience in the Gridiron Growler.
Yeah, first game experience was my first time kind of hanging out with all you guys, and you said Bill was the halfback howler the year before. Intercepted Bill 3 times that day. That's how I won the defensive player award. So went to JT's, partied. We've been partying ever since.
Nobody has more fun. Trevor, tell us about how you got involved and what it was like to win the halfback howler, but also get involved with the vintage football.
So the first time I got a chance to play was actually when we introduced the vintage game in that one-off before we switched the Growler completely to the vintage game. And that was incredible. It was a great time. Since then, well, first one out, we lost. Next one out, I was able to win that halfback howler award with my brother as well. So we're hoping to do it again, come back strong, and work our way to a win, even it out.
Fantastic, and been glad to have you guys in the bunch. We Trevor and I work together, so we're obviously always discussing the halfback howler and Gridiron Growler and all the game and scrimmages. It's a lot of fun. Jason, tell us a little bit about your Gridiron Growler background, how you came to be in the game, and a little bit about your experiences.
Excellent. Met Brad through coaching our kids in softball, which is awesome, and was invited to play maybe 4 or 5 years ago. Showed up, was a lineman for offensive and defensive because I didn't know anybody and thought, I can just be useful. And then we played a game with both of the Riley brothers were on my team, and we did it on Super Bowl Sunday. We played on the turf at the high school. And I don't know, Trevor, how many, I didn't throw any INTs that day.
0 interceptions.
Everything I put in the air, you and your brother.
The way I remember, 12-ish touchdowns. I mean, the guy was unstoppable. At one point, he looked at me, winked, closed his eyes, and just threw a touchdown, 30 yards in the
You
air.
know I wore sunglasses that day. But anyways, went from lineman to quarterback, and then wide out, and then from there it was on. From now I'm just better at trash talking than anything else.
You're pretty darn good. That's why you're co-captain. We also have Mike Keast here. Mike Keast, he has graciously agreed to announce one of our sponsors. And Mike, tell us a little bit about your involvement in the game and a little bit about where you're at in the Gridiron Growler process.
Yeah, first off, I would like to thank everybody for making me the first draft pick for the season. I know how important I am to any single team, even though I only give about 20% to any team and never go at anything.
80-20.
Never.
Yeah,
never.
you're the top, baby.
I barely hit anybody.
Yeah.
I don't do anything. Anyways.
He's also sarcastic.
Yeah. But Frenchie, we got this, right?
We do.
Yeah, all right. So anyways, the Gridiron has been a lot of fun. I've long sensed what better way to work out than to actually get with friends and to do something physical. This brings us back to our youth. When we went out and we played a sport, we picked up a game and we said, hey, we're going to go out and play some football. We're going to play some kickball. We're going to play a wiffle ball game. This is what makes Cascade and Ada great. So here we are, and this is what makes us special.
Absolutely. Thank you, Mike.
Anyway,
Here.
Go ahead.
I do have one thing. We were able to pick up a special sponsorship today. Guys, I'd love to toast everybody. Jepson's Malort.
Pass them down.
They graciously sponsored this draft tonight, and for everybody here,
Yeah, that's yours too.
there's one down that way,
Yeah.
one down this
I
way,
don't think you got one yet.
one down this way. Guys, Jepson's
Jepson's
Malort.
Cheers.
I'll have another.
We'll have another. Thank you, Mike.
You can have that one.
Man, you take it away.
Thank you, Mike, and thank you, Jepson's Malort, for your sponsorship,
I'll have two more.
as well as Guinness Draft Stout. Thank you to Trevor for bringing those over. So just a little bit more about the background before we get to the teams. This is rooted in the idea that it's better to wear out than rusty. We are all a part of this community, and I think everybody who has played in the game, whether you are sidelined this year or you're traveling, you are a part of a brotherhood and a tradition that goes back all the way to 2015. And this year the social will be held on the field, so please tell your wives, your family members that we're going to be hanging out after the game at Heritage Field. We're looking for crock pots of chili. We're looking for involvement and food and fun after the game. We're going to have a punt, pass, and kick contest for the kiddos and for the wives. The Powder Puff game, a lot of fun, 2 years in a row. You can see here we have the Powder Puff Trophy, if you want to hold that up right there. Mr. Mike Keese, the Powder Puff Trophy. Last year, the Rays were able to overtake the Greens in kind of in a bit of an upset.
But there weren't any injuries.
There weren't any injuries last year, but the concern is injury, and so we're going to punt, pass, and kick. We're going to take a break. Hopefully, we get back. All right, to the selections. Trevor, tell us about. Let's get to your first two picks in the Ada Athletic Club. The Ada Athletic Club goes back to the early 1900s. Representing the village of Ada. You guys will don the blue and white, the navy blue and white. Tell us about your two selections.
Before I dive into the two selections, I'm excited to announce these. I just want to let everyone know and reiterate the amount of work and effort that specifically Brad goes to try and make these teams equal, fair, and that everyone gets to show up and have a good time. We'd also like to shout out a couple guys who are on the injured reserve. Who are we talking about? We got
Max Taylor.
Duff,
A hell of a lineman last.
heck of a lineman, a great snack guy. You know, he'll if he's hungry,
Did you say
right?
snack or
Snacks.
I don't have my hearing aids.
Yeah. Kevin
Steal your
Duffner.
snacks.
Kevin Duffner, who's out, and who else is out?
Kedrick.
Kedrick as well. Yeah.
Yep.
So
And
we're
Chris
thinking.
Sabana.
Yep, and Chris Sabana. So we're thinking about those guys. All right, so we're gonna start with our receiving core here. First two picks we have for wide receivers, also cornerback. We're gonna go with John Fisher and Jeff Smigelski.
AKA Big Cat.
Big Cat. Fisher's a leader. He knows the game. He's a gamer. He's definitely gonna make some big plays. Smigelski, he's new to
He's a
my
new guy,
experience,
yeah.
and boy, he showed up and balled out. I mean, just caught a bunch of passes. I feel like he's gonna be a big impact guy this year.
Well, I mean, we saw him last weekend, and I was pretty impressed.
Yeah.
I introduced myself, and I'm like, "You're Smeagol, right?"
Yep.
Smigelski. Yeah. I was impressed. I mean, he had a couple of good catches. I think that both him and Fisher would play out pretty decent.
He's got an engine, and Fisher's solid. You always know what you're getting with him. He's a great leader. He keeps us organized, keeps us tempered, keeps us on track. What do you think, Keith?
Sounds about right.
And don't forget, I mean, you have Fisher. Fisher's a soccer player, so you do have a kicker on your team. That get a little claustrophobic sometimes, and sometimes I don't kick it
We've
straight.
seen the
so-
boot on you.
Yeah, I can kick it far and hard, but sometimes it's not straight.
So, a couple things about Mr. Fisher. Works at Forest Central, English teacher and yearbook. Make sure you order your yearbook. And Mr. Fisher has played in, and correct me if I'm wrong, I believe he's played in at least like 8 out of the last 11 games. He is a stalwart, and he is one of the early originals of the Gridiron Growler players. So we have our first two picks for the Ada Athletic Club. We have Smigelski and Fisher as the wide receiver cores, and I'm going to guess they're going to be defensive backs on defense. So Mr. LaFontaine and Mr. Keese, who are your first two picks in your receiver cores and defensive backs?
Well, our first two picks are obviously ourselves. Because, I mean, why would we not pick it ourselves, right? The French team go way back. But anyways.
We could do that.
Yeah.
This year, thanks again, Brad, for choosing these teams. This year we have one more person, so we'll announce 3 people.
There you go.
So there are 2, and then we'll keep in step with them. And so our first pick is a GBSU wrestling alum. His name's Mitch. He goes by Mitch the Kid, Mitch Herniak. One of the fastest guys on the field, also one of the youngest guys on the field. So we're looking forward to seeing what he can do for us on that any given Saturday. The next up would be Kevin Claunch. Just had a birthday. Shout out to you. Also,
007.
big time.
007.
Yeah. One of the fastest guys. Again, a lot of speed for us this year, which is going to be key. And then keeping up with speed.
Brent, risky business. Oh man.
Nobody can catch these guys.
So,
right?
so on our team, speed is key, and I just don't know how you guys are actually going to keep up. You guys are going to get sucking. You guys are going to suck wind trying to catch up with
Well,
these guys.
Are we trash talking already?
We will have time to break down the overall matchup here later on. We're gonna go.
I'm excited.
We're gonna go.
So those three guys.
We're gonna go player for player.
Those are the fast guys. I'm going to be one of the slowest guys, but I'm surrounded by fast guys. Back to you.
I will admit that's a lot of speed. Fast, strong, good coverage. We're going to see what we can do with that.
All right, back to you at Ada Athletic Club. We got two players on the roster, Smigelski and Fisher. Let's go to your next two players that you have selected in the draft.
So our next two that we selected are going to be Kyle Carhart. And would you like to do this one?
Big dog.
Big Dog, aka
Top 5.
Top 5.
AKA Creme Brulee.
So Kyle Carhart, he's big, he's strong, he's a fast receiver. His size helps on short routes, but he can open it up and go deep. He's, fun fact, the only player in our league to have touchdowns, multiple touchdowns actually, for both teams in a single game. So that's interesting. And then Big Dog, top 5. He's fast. That's our speed coming in there.
Great defender.
Great defender. Breakout speed. He is a dog for sure. Hard worker.
Any comments from you gentlemen on those two?
He's got comments, I guarantee you.
I certainly have a comment. So, Kyle Carhart, although he's my daughter's teacher, he
Excellent teacher, too. Fantastic.
He is a great teacher. Keep in mind, but he is the only professional athlete that is actually on this roster for either team. He played professional basketball in Finland. How is that possible?
He wants to be
What?
good at basketball.
Are you protesting the pick?
How is he on here
Hold on,
with a
hold on,
bunch
hold
of...
on, hold on. Isn't the finish like a very short, docile?
So,
Wait. What happened to
I don't know how you got to be.
Were they were neutral, right?
So, to your point, Mike, Kyle is an accomplished basketball athlete. He played professional ball in Finland. Admittedly, he did not play high school football. So he does have a background. He has played in a number of our scrimmages and our more glorified secondary games like the Super Bowl Sunday game. He's played in the Mud Bowl. He's played in a lot of the games that are kind of the secondary games. This is his first Gridiron Growler, the first time that he would don a vintage outfit. We look forward to having him. And one of the neat things about it is there's a little bit of territorialism to this. There's a little bit of neighborhood. I know that there's a couple where you're neighbors with one of our later picks that we'll talk about. But it's nice that folks that we work with and are down the hall with, and we're going to be in the same area. So we have Carhart and Poole added to the Ada Athletic Club. Let's go to you, Cascade Commanders. Your next two selections.
Oh, your next two. Oh man, our next two. I'm pretty excited about this. One, we have the hardest working lacrosse player in Cascade. He dedicates his Sundays, 5 hours every single Sunday, to advancing lacrosse players in Cascade in the Forest Hill School District. Adam Scrubs. Wide receiver, Adam Scrubs. He is dedicated. While we're out there playing, having a great time, he is dedicating his time to lacrosse. And I know he wants to play with us, but at the same time, he is dedicated to his kids and to the future success of Forest Hills.
Our next pick will show up in your huddle and let you know where he's going to be and how open he's going to be. And anytime I put it within 5 feet of him and his hands, he catches it. Eric Gruber!
Yeah, baby!
Let's go, Groove! That's our That's our next pick. Any comments from the peanut gallery on those two picks?
You know, the scouting report tells us Adam Scripps, as you said, hard worker. He's tall. He's got some speed. He's gonna do some work on receiver and good cover. And man, Gruber is a gamer. We know whether it's baseball or football, if he gets going, he's gonna make big plays.
That's right.
Other things about him is we haven't seen him once, either of those guys on the field. So good luck showing up and just playing, bud.
Hey,
shots fired.
So that is one of the things, the unique elements of the game. One of the reasons that the entire Gridiron Growler came about is there was a group of us, including Nick Ketcher, Mike Castillo, myself, and Bill Alexander. Bill Alexander was the player coach of a softball team that played in the early 2000s. And at the end of the season, wanting to continue some sort of activity, I came up with the Gridiron Growler, where we would play football. We met once a year, and after every playing, I remember thinking, I've got another year just to do this. Now we start Sunday scrimmages, and we play these Sunday scrimmages when the Lions start playing, and we've now done, I don't know, 7 or 8 Sunday scrimmages. We'll do one this Sunday, rain or shine. And so there are opportunities to get on the field and to practice and play. But we know that people have travel, sports, other commitments going on Sundays, and we understand that. But we hope everybody circles November 8th on the calendar. We're going to throw it back to the Ada Athletic Club for their next 2 picks, Trevor and Keith.
All right, our next 2 picks, we're going to take Travis Eisen and Nick Ketcher.
Woo!
You know, Travis is another great defender. He's a good receiver. He does some fullback for us, some fullback duties. His head's always on a swivel. He's looking to make a big play. And, I mean, Nick Ketcher is one of the originals. I mean, this guy, speed. He's a multi-time, 2-time halfback Howler winner.
Correct.
Sure. He's the kind of guy who's going to show up, who's going to ball out. And I'll tell you what, about Nick Ketcher, when you need it, he always finds a way to make that one special play that changes the game.
And he keeps our defense in line. You know, he's always back there telling us where to be. He's got a pick in him every game. He's got some kind of fumbling type of catch he makes every game.
And I wonder
He's got a circus catch every game.
He does indeed. Nick Ketcher does, just for posterity's sake, he has one of the greatest catches and touchdowns in Gridiron Growler history. That touchdown was thrown by yours truly. It was a bit of a bobbled catch, rolled off the back, rolled off another back, stayed in bounds, and scored the touchdown. Consequent touchdown. I believe that was 2 years ago, and was consequential in an Ada victory. So we have Nick Ketcher, Travis Eisen. Travis, a fellow Streamside neighbor. Travis does have some high school background and some preternatural knowledge of the sport. Gentlemen, we got Nick Ketcher, Travis Eisen, wrestlers. Pretty. What do you think?
Yeah.
I think both of those guys are solid picks in your end for the Ada Athletic Club. Ketcher and Travis is a player all around.
Yep.
He is athletic any way you look at him. You can put him in any spot and he will be good.
I wonder too, guys, you know, Mike did win his 3rd last year. I wonder if Nick and Mike are close. I wonder if, you know, maybe Scoop want to even that out 3-3. Nick might be going for the Howler.
To say it goes down to like one player, I think is
Fair
a
enough.
bit of
Fair enough.
I would say that Travis gets open. Travis gets open, and he'll let you know he's open. He's a great target for any quarterback. Catcher's open even if he's guarded. You can throw it up. He's going to catch that ball. I appreciate that the panel wanted to give credit to Keith for throwing that pass, but Catcher was going to catch that ball. That's what his last name's Catcher. Let's go. Let's go. Good pick. Good pick.
Let's go back to Travis. Travis has the best attitude of anybody. I've never heard him talk any smack to anybody. He is just a stand-up class act. But Ketcher too. These are 2 classic picks on your end that I think, although I think our team will dominate at the end of the day, I think these are 2 great picks for your yeah.
So I agree, and I think that's great sentiments. Ketcher and Travis do bring that element of grittiness. Back to you guys, because obviously, I want you to give you a chance to talk a little bit about yourself, Keith, but also the next couple of picks. Go ahead.
I don't like talking about myself.
Yeah, go
Well,
ahead.
you know what? I can give you the rundown on you two if you'd like. I'll tell you what right now.
You know what?
Let's do JLF and Mike Keast are the next 2 picks for the Cascade Commanders. I'll tell you this. JLF, he's got the top-rated arm in the league. He makes it look smooth, makes it look easy. He is a true gunslinger. As we mentioned, 12 touchdowns approximately the one game, and he's gonna fire the ball. He's also big enough, strong enough. He's got the mentality to play the line, get gritty. He's fast enough to be a receiver. He causes a lot of problems. He's got the jaw. Yeah, and Iron. Oh, he does talk. He talks the best. He might be number 1 in trash talking too. And then Iron Mike, he's a madman. This guy doesn't play below 120%. He's willing to sacrifice his body, put it out there, do whatever is necessary.
He's playing below 190 pounds though.
He's come down a little bit. I still think that there's that fire inside. He's another guy he's just a leader. He makes big plays. I think both of these guys, rightfully so, are captains of the squad.
Fantastic. Gentlemen, a little bit about JLF and Keith. Just any assessments of how you're feeling, your preparation, and what you're feeling about the game.
We appreciate all those comments, and it's echoed back at you. That's one of the hardest things here is that we are all friends and we've all played with each other. We played against each other. We know our weaknesses. We know our strengths. There are way more strengths on that side of Brad than there are weaknesses, which makes us a little bit more competitive because we're competitive. But as much as I want to talk trash, these guys on that side of Brad are upstanding individuals that can both throw the ball, they can both run, they can both catch. It's going to be a tough decision when it comes to Saturday and Sunday for them.
What's up, Stella?
We appreciate it.
Mike,
Brought to you by Stella.
ladies and gentlemen, really quickly, we have 3 guys.
There he is.
It's in the studio. Greetings. Dude,
brother.
Mike, while we have you here, you're going to have to step into the camera picture. Is he good there, Clay?
Yep.
Thank you to Clay Hadinger for being our videographer tonight. He graciously agreed to make sure this is broadcast live and with quality. Mike Castillo, talk a little bit about you played in 10 out of 10 Gridiron Growlers. This will be your 11th.
Just 10,
What is your secret? What is your secret?
I wake up, drive over, and we get there on time.
You don't get there on time.
You let the other people get there on time, and you show up. Are you talking about how to get there, right?
Yep, that's exactly what he asked.
How do you do what you do?
How do you get there?
How do you do it?
How do you do? Okay, so 3 out of 3 halfback dollars. You are the Tom Brady of the Gridiron Growler series.
Correct.
So how does it feel to know that you are hereditary the top pick?
It feels good. There's a lot of other moving parts in it, though. Not just me. I'm not the only one out there. We got guys like all these guys.
Okay.
Iron Mike.
Iron Mike.
I'll let you to introduce them all.
Yeah.
Another attribute of Mike's is he's very gracious.
Well,
Yeah.
Mike has no
Very
shortage
humble.
of.
I have been practicing throwing the ball with my son. So that's helped a lot.
I know, that's the last thing we need.
I didn't know what I just show up and I just
I was hoping you would say you're just showing up.
His son's also making one-handed catches.
For those of people showing up, if Mike comes in at quarterback, we're already 3 touchdowns up, and we're just trying to,
Well,
decide
really,
our-
we're very glad you're here tonight. We're going to ask for your extra commentary. We actually have 2 halfback collar winners here in the audience, so appreciate you being here tonight. Would you like a beer?
Yes, that's why I came.
You want to get it?
Yes, sir.
There you go, sir.
Yeah.
There you go.
Right.
All right.
Good luck, guys.
To our
Would you like
next.
your cup?
Yeah, go ahead. To our next selections. Actually, we're gonna throw it back to the Cascade Commanders because they're back to picks. So, gentlemen, Where are you going next?
Did we talk about ourselves, or we were just talking
No,
to you
no.
guys?
Go ahead.
So,
I didn't.
so
we didn't get to
obviously you guys are the two next
Well,
two picks for the.
I've
for
got
the
a couple.
AWP.
Yeah, we can jump to Ada and then we'll come back.
Okay, okay.
So my next two picks, the next two picks for both of us are the gentleman to my right and to my left, the commander himself
Hell yeah.
and Keith. Just so they don't have to speak on themselves. A couple things. Keith here does it all. I mean, running back, wide receiver. He's got that cannon left arm. Plays great defense. He's got surprising quickness. Like, the guy moves, creates space, does everything you need to. Absolute guy you want in a huddle. And then the commander himself, absolute leader, great center, battles on the line. He's willing to give up his body, get a block, do whatever is necessary to get that win. He'll tell us otherwise, but he is an absolutely underrated receiver. I love when he runs a little, in or out route, drop it down. Absolute underrated receiver.
Tigers.
Linchpins.
Tigers forever.
Linchpins. No Tigers. Linchpins in what we're trying to do on this team. And both are dogs. Capital DAWGS exclamation.
Well, thank you, Trevor. We'll maybe say, if you guys have any commentary on that, obviously Keith and myself, we've been playing many years.
I know you were really nice. Like you go back to talk.
Please be kind. But whatever you have.
Well, I appreciate that you guys drafted a bunch of bald guys, for one. But honestly, these two individuals are stand-up. Keith and Brad are both. Calling them sleepy players is an injustice. It's not sleepy. No.
You introduced this, sleepy.
You guys are you guys are misinterpreting what I'm trying to say. You guys are sleepy good, is what I'm trying to say.
Sneaky good.
Sneaky. There it is. Not sleepy. Sneaky good. Sneaky good. Like Keith steps out on the field, and he is the most athletic guy that you will ever meet, that you underestimate. Besides Bill Alexander.
You were here, and then these last few comments are brought to you by
Malort.
Brought to you by Jefferson's Anyway, going back to it. No,
we'll have another. Don't worry.
Anyway.
Let me pull it. Let me go ahead. Let me go ahead, and then I'll pull this back together.
Yeah. Brad Anderson, Keith, you guys are great.
Thanks, man. Thanks, man.
There we go.
So Brad was your pick?
Is that where we're at?
Yeah,
Brad and Keith, obviously.
Brad,
Sure.
okay, so we're going to toss it back over to the Cascade Commanders. We're coming up on some of the most consequential picks of the game. If you've played the Gridiron Growler before, you know it's a war on the line. The quarterback is integral. The fullbacks and running backs are instrumental, and often there's a lot of halfback play. Let's go back over to the Cascade Commanders. Who are your next two picks?
I think we'll introduce two of them, just so we stay in the line so we
Yes.
catch up. Right?
Yep.
The next one on the list that I see that I'd like to talk about, one, are spring and summer slim down. This guy is an absolute, just a dog. I mean, he's obviously goal oriented. He's got a ton of strategy. He's faster than he looks. He's got one of the biggest collections of Lions, Tigers, and Michigan gear. Dave Tyler. We're going to line him up as a wide receiver, as a D-back, maybe even a lineman. He might even be the quarterback. This guy, there's nothing he can't do. We're happy to have Dave Tyler.
Dave's a dog. At the end of the day, Dave's a dog.
If he stays healthy. No jinx.
Next pick.
Yeah, go to the next one. We'll
Yeah.
comment on both.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
All right.
we're gonna move up to our center. Our center, one of the oldest players that's gonna step out on the field. Easy, buddy. However, I just want to say, I love this guy. Brought to you by Jefferson's Moore.
Okay.
So, gentlemen, Dave Tyler.
Kevin McAndrew, by the way. I don't know that he said his name.
So yeah, it's K-Max. We know him as Cleveland, affectionately.
Cleveland, correct.
I've lined up across from him. I've lined up with him. This guy is a dog.
Yes.
Regardless of how old we are, it doesn't matter. He is a BMF.
Yes.
I know that to be true. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
to comment on those two, Dave Tyler, he's one of the top-rated defensemen in the league. I mean, talk about
Slated last game.
finding a way to get flags. Like he might guarantee himself stepping on the field to have the most tackles. Like it's almost a given.
Yes.
He just finds a way.
He will get to you.
Angles, positions. He works hard. Like you said, deceptively quick. He moves. He's just top-notch defensively, and he's a good receiver. He knows football. I think he's going to have a really big impact. And then Kevin McAndrew is a great center, and I think center gets ignored quite a bit. But it's very integral to what we do because of how important the line and the rush is and what's happening in the trenches. He gets in a good position. He adds a lot of depth to your other linemen who are, going to be introduced. I think he just makes it really tough to get around all those guys.
A couple of things about Kevin McAndrew. Kevin McAndrew was an accomplished rugby player. He also played Gaelic football in Cleveland. He is as tough as a coffin nail. And Dave Tyler, we all know when Dave Tyler sets his sights on something, be it a game or competition, he is laser focused. So it's a bit of a question mark. He hasn't been to any of the Sunday scrimmages as of yet, but we know when he shows up on game day, he's going to be primed, he's going to be ready, he's going to be in shape and ready to contribute. So definitely one of the more important picks there. But just to reiterate, as a center. We've seen center before. These folks shall remain nameless, but center can make or break
Absolutely.
100%
your efforts. You get a couple of balls over the head, and it's going to jeopardize your entire offensive scheme. All right, we're going to go back to the Ada Athletic Club. We're down to your last few picks here.
I think we'll go.
Why don't we go one at a time
we'll go
now?
tight end.
Let's go. We're going to go to your tight end pick and essentially middle linebacker. Where are you at, gentlemen?
We went with Paul Dirks. I mean, this guy has great size, incredible hands. He's strong enough to block, to rush, but he's skilled enough at tight end. He's got good hands. He's gonna run some routes, and he is a great cover guy, great defender.
He's also a great golfer.
I didn't know that. It's not why
We
I
need
drafted
that.
him, but I'm hoping.
He's multi-dimensional, man.
He once ran over Brad, right?
Dude,
So he's very
I
aggressive.
wrestled Division I college wrestling. I played rugby at Central Michigan, and to date, the hardest I've ever been hit is by Paul Dirks.
But you did wrap him up and throw him on his head. I was there for
on the
that
next
one.
play.
Yeah.
But anyways,
So-
but Paul is just as a word. Paul is one of our more passionate players. He's one of the more charming guys on the field. You love to hate him, you hate to love him, and he is one of the guys that brings a lot of layers to the Gridiron Growler game. So, and he also has a feel for the history. He teaches a history of sports class. He was at the University of Michigan Big House last week. I know that Keith and Clay told him to make sure those children take a shower afterwards. But what a cool experience. So Paul really has a sense for the history that goes into this. So gentlemen, we got Paul Dirks as your next pick. How do we feel? You are a neighbor of him, so this is kind of odd. You played on the same soccer team as him, and you're great friends. You guys go way back. Mike, speak a little bit about how it's going to be to play on the other side.
So Paul Dirks and I we both grew up with sisters. We did not have brothers. And this is not another comment about Jepson's Moore, but we grew up easy, Mike. So we live 3 houses down from each other, and we are self-imposed brothers. So we go up against each other in the neighborhood. We play against each other in pickleball, and we're very rarely on the same team, except for when we get together here at the Cascada Sports. And that's where we've actually had a lot of fun playing together. But at the end of the day, we love to compete against each other. So today, this Gridiron Growler is going to be a lot of fun to go against him. But what I see here is that you have another kicker on your team opposed to our team.
I don't think we're kicking.
You know, it's good. Yeah, we're not going to kick either, so you can have them.
One thing I will confirm before I throw it to Jason is about the relationship between Mike and Paul. I've seen these guys on the pickleball court. I've seen them play at Tobermory Court, the famous pickleball court here in Forest Hills, and down in Gulf Shores. These guys are swatting at each other. They're hitting it at each other. not trying to hit open court. And so they are brothers. They compete hard, and boy, is it going to be, it's going to be for Toad Mori Court bragging rights. So,
For
Jason,
sure.
what do you think?
I think a lot of what Mike said could be written in a greeting card in St. Paul. I mean, the sentiment there, I think, would mean a lot.
There might be some hugs and kisses in that too.
No,
Get some punches.
dude, you can't hug Paul and not kiss him. All right. So, are you asking for our next pick?
No, well, so Paul Dirks, linebacker. He also can double as a tight end, O-line,
Do almost
kicker.
all, yeah.
He is a
Got great
utility
hands.
He's utility man,
Oh,
and
he's a Swiss Army.
and
You like his
he's a
Great
freight
hands.
train. He's a freight train. So we're gonna go to the next Cascade Village Commanders pick, guys. This is a big one. Who we take?
Oh my goodness, man. Every time I call this guy up, either we're in a bind where we're 3rd and 20, or we're in a huddle and we're calling some crazy play, I can just say Conky, and he knows. And I'll say hike, I'll wait about 20 seconds, he's wide ass open, and I throw it as far as I can, and this guy can catch it over his shoulder. Josh McConkey is our pick.
It's a good one. You know,
Who?
you guys want to go ahead? You got any more?
We'll go one at a time. You want to?
Well, I'll
No,
tell you.
he's talking
Listen,
about-
I'll jump in here. Josh McConkey, I'll tell you.
There's
nothing more to say about that.
Well, he's ready. I'll tell you, the scouting report states maybe the best hands in the league.
Yeah.
You put it
Oh, yeah.
near this guy, and he's pulling it in. And excellent route runner. This guy is quick. He finds ways to create space. Great route runner. If you get him the ball, he's pulling in. And the scouting report says 200% dog.
Oh yeah, 200% dog.
200% effort out of it too, I'm sure.
So Josh, who distills his own various ryes and whiskeys, he's a Renaissance man. He coaches wrestling, football. He has a multitude of irons in the fire as far as the community goes. And having played with and against Josh, he is fearless. And so when we get to the game, Josh McConkey on the Cascade side, I have not played against Josh in several years. It's going to be formidable to see him on the other side of the ball in the green and white. Before we get to our last few picks, I do want to give a shout out to our officials. Big Dan Anderson will be officiating. We have John Irwin, who is also one of our members, who is a line judge. Rick Ketcher has been involved in the past with being a line judge and part of the yardage marker. And we'll have a variety of folks rotating, especially the teacher might be a part of it. And of course, we have the famous Bill Alexander, King who is official extraordinaire, and we are proud to have him. Bill has the unique distinction of being a halfback Hall of Famer. He's a starting quarterback. He has won Gridiron Growler games, and now he's on the field as an official, and he does an excellent job. So thank you, gentlemen, for volunteering and for wearing the official's attire.
Not
So
to mention one hell of softball pitcher, and for our vintage baseball man, Bill Alexander.
Oh,
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Dude, he laid down.
Oh,
my God.
Vintage baseball.
unbelievable. Not that that's what we're here for,
No,
but
no,
just throwing it out there.
He's also good at golf.
Bill is good at whatever he puts his mind to. So if you go to www.gridirongrowler.com, you can go and check out. I have a variety of the archives here. Here you can print out newsletters about all the games that have been played. Go to the archives page and you can check it out. Also, before we get to our last picks, coming in the electronic mail soon will be your player packs, and in your player packs, you will have the history of the game. You will have the rosters. You will have a scouting report, as well as all the rules, so you can know the rules, and then what your mandatory uniform will be. So check that out. That'll be coming out soon. So we're down to our last picks, guys. This is a pretty big moment because these picks are consequential. I'm gonna throw it over to the Ada Athletic Club, and who is your next pick going to be?
Our next pick is going to be Stratton. I don't know his last name.
Franovic.
Stratton.
Doctor.
He is one of these guys.
Doctor.
Like when we talk about Swiss Army knife utility guys, I mean, like to a T. Dynamic is how we describe him. Speed, strength. I think he's going to be able to give some fits on the line. I think he's going to be able to block. We can move him to tight end. We can move him to wide receiver. We can move him to halfback, fullback. He can play quarterback. He can do everything. And he's fast.
Yeah, he's got speed, he's got size, he's got hands.
I think the speed and strength are going to be key for this.
Maybe the second youngest player?
Maybe. Yeah.
Interestingly enough, he has caught there's been a little bit of controversy about his age and playing, but Stretton has played. Stretton played in the very first vintage football game in 2021. He's played in a number of Growlers. He is a member in good standing with Cascada, and so Stretton, one of our wrestling coaches here and a pillar of the community, and born and raised here in Forest Hill Central. He is, without a doubt, a dynamic player. He is a game changer, and when he shows up, you know that you're going to get a thoroughbred at linebacker, at tight end, at O-line, and wide receiver. Gentlemen, what are we thinking of Stretton? He's played on different rosters. He's kind of been one of these guys that's gone back and forth on different rosters. What do we think?
He's a threat. He's a threat on both sides of the ball. If you're quarterback, where I've been, like he shows up in pockets that you don't see him showing up in. A big challenge for us from a QB standpoint will be avoiding him and throwing away from him. Honestly, yes, he is fast. He does have breakaway speed. He does play soccer with us. We know this all to be true. Hopefully, you guys will put him on the line, and so I know where he's at on the field. But if you're smart, you're going to play him in a floating role where he'll be like a middle back or something like that.
We're going to play him at middle back, actually.
But also, like I didn't get to chat about, Dirks is the same way. They're about the same build. They're about the same wingspan. I would put those guys in the middle and let them just create chaos and force us out to the outside. But both of those guys are great picks.
You know, I agree. I think that's a great assessment. However, they can turn a corner quick. They're bearing down on you. Their rush is pretty intense.
Agreed.
Gentlemen, so we've got Stratton, Paul Dirks, myself, Nick Ketcher, Travis Eisen, Keith Van Strat, Carhart, Bruce, Smigelski, and Fisher. On the Cascade Commander's side, you have the kid, Mitch Herniak, Claunch, Rixie, Scripps, Gruber, JLF, Keys, Dave Tyler, and Andrew McConkey. That's quite a lineup. It's formidable up to this point.
We could be done.
But who's going to protect you?
Please tell us your next pick.
Oh man, I feel like
I
want to
you
give
gotta
this
go
to
too. Tell me who's going to protect you, gentlemen.
Oh my gosh. Do you want this? I feel like I've been talking a lot, and I could talk on these two guys all night. How about you introduce and then we'll just feather it out?
I'm going to start with, we are the veteran squad. So I got to go with my boy Ross. Hua Army. Hua Army. So we are the military squad with Ross and McConkey on the Army side, with me on the Marines. Here we are. And then I couldn't give up all of Tobermory Court. So here we are, Hector. The dog! Yeah! Baby!
All right, gentlemen, I got to tell you, because we experienced a little bit of this last year. This is a handful. A couple things about both guys. Hector is an absolute wrecking ball. Strong rush. He'll wear you down. Him and Ross showed last year how tough it is when they're a unit. Plus, you've got McAndrew as center. I mean, it's just a lot to get around. So hopefully, our guys are going to be able to rise to the occasion.
I think the same thing. Where I go is I was on that other side of these guys last year, and I know the scoreboard because I was on the receiving end of the loss. But the protection of these two guys, I mean, Ross is a wrecking ball.
Yeah.
Hector, I know him as the bone collector. In anything that I've done and grown as a quarterback is because those two guys are coming after me.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to sick whoever I have in front of them. Both these guys are dogs, and I am grateful to have them on my squad. Honestly, what this other team, what the ADA guys can do is maybe not even rush and just add another safety because you are not going to get to the QB.
So that'll be for the team breakdown here in just a moment, gentlemen. I do want to get to our last co-captain before we get to our final picks. which I think are the most consequential picks of the game. Let's talk a little bit about what Trevor Riley brings to the game. Trevor, having been in that first vintage game, we knew right away that he was going to be a threat at quarterback, wide receiver. He's a heck of a defensive back. Keith, can you speak to having Trevor as your leader, as your commander on the team?
Yeah, he totally brings the team together. I mean, playing against him, you can't throw the ball anywhere near him. He knocks everything down. He's faster than you could even imagine he is. I mean, as quarterback, he's putting the ball where you need to be. Just an overall leader. He can play any position. I'm happy to have him on the team.
And another item that he added to his list, a defensive end last year, trying to thwart the efforts of the eventual halfback howler. He was rotated in out of the defensive back position into the defensive end position and helped try to contain the talent that was commanding the ball. Gentlemen, Trevor Riley, any comments?
And that was actually the reason I had to hand off the quarterback to Mike because all of a sudden he started rushing. I said, hey, I can't take it.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Mike found a way.
At the end of the day, Trevor is a dog. There's a reason why in the winter time we give him the credence to let him teach us how to box, right? He is very athletic and he knows his stuff. He is the brains of a lot of operations. And honestly, I hate going against him. I really look up to this guy, even though he's younger.
Fair enough.
And just like he talks, brevity is a big thing for Trev.
All right, guys. All right.
Okay, all right.
Go on to the next day.
You know what? As he enters in, this is a great segue.
This is great.
This is a great segue. I appreciate the kind words, gentlemen, very much so. But as the Peanut Gallery has chimed in, I might as well reveal the final pick for our team.
Come on in, bud.
And to talk about him, I think it would be good to start with
Come on in.
the counter. Ross being an absolute menace on the line. I'll tell you this, his length changes everything if you go against him. You think you can throw over him, he puts his hands up, you can't. You think you're out of the pocket just far enough, he lunges, he's got your flag. He changes so much. Defensive Player of the Year in 2024 bought a lot of time for the quarterbacks last year. So we had to counter with the King Kong Godzilla battle that everyone's been waiting for. The final pick for our team is the Clydesdale himself, my brother, Dum Dum.
Yes.
Trenton Riley.
Let's hear it for Trenton.
The brains of the operation in the brawl.
Trenton is big, he's powerful,
Brad, I
he's
can
able
do
to
it
play.
better.
I can next year.
I know.
He plays the line with strength. He can cover with speed. He's great. He can go on the offensive line, defensive line, tight end, wide receiver on offense. He is a big threat. The only question is he 100% health-wise?
He doesn't care.
He doesn't care.
He'll
Because he
take the
does
shot.
have some dogs. He will take the shot. He's here. We can hear
So,
from him.
Trenton, tell us a little bit about what are some of your preparations going into the game? You're the number one pick of the 8 Athletic Club. Obviously, you are a man about the field. Tell us a little bit about what are you going through getting ready for the game?
Ben game.
Yeah, rest.
So, are we going to see you more on the line? Are we going to see you more as a tight end? What are your goals?
Can't give out
He's also one to play where, I mean,
As
he
we-
says, all right,
as
I'm
we
not playing
invoke-
line anymore. I need to
Because I don't
stop."
know. The difference
Not
between the
gonna
Marines and the Army, the strength that comes with Trenton is we tell him, go here, do this, and it's all in.
He
So
kind of tells us where to go, too.
he does on defense. He will get very whiny and start yelling at people.
At the end of the day, that's the difference
right.
between the various armed forces
There you go.
services
There you
too,
go.
right? So the Marines, they're kind of like your brother here, where they tell us where to go, and we just kind of do it, right? So I get what you do.
Jason LaFontaine, words about you played with him, you played against him. Trent Riley, what are we up against with Cascade? What do you see?
Any game I've ever won, any award I've ever won, is on the back and the shoulders of both of the Riley brothers. And I got usurped a little bit, but back to Trevor for a second. His brevity is in his talent as well. He doesn't do everything, but everything he does super well. Like anything that you ask him to do, he's doing, and most times he's already thought of it before you ask him. And then his younger brother that he calls Dum Dum, holy smokes, he can make you look real good as a quarterback, and then make you look real bad at the same time if he's defense and if he's a defensive back when you're throwing in his direction. And so both of these guys, great pickups, gotta be transformers as far as that Ada team.
So, you go ahead. Final comments.
At the end of the day, whenever we're picking teams and we're doing it, we're saying, hey, the Riley brothers can't be on the same team, and here they are on the same team. So I look at my team and I'm like, I love my team, but then I see the Riley brothers and I'm like, guys.
Well,
Which leads us to our last pick.
So hold up. Let me tee this up here. One of the things in the past, we have put them across the line from each other, but we like them to be able to have Thanksgiving dinner together and do so immediately.
Yeah.
So we're really great to have Trenton and Trevor together, playing together. It's a great pick. It's great for the family. It's great for camaraderie. But we are to your last pick, Cascade Commanders. There's going to be a lot to say about this player. Go ahead.
Hold on. You've already met him. He's been in frame. Obviously, he's won a bunch of awards throughout the history of this gameplay. Anything he does and puts his mind to, he can be successful at. And he's probably the reason why, granted, the Riley brothers will be together for Thanksgiving, but they're going to be talking about what went wrong with Gridiron Growler, because we have drafted
Mike, you can't see me!
Castillo!
Alright.
Come on up.
Come on in frame, baby.
Yeah.
All right.
Take the
Mike,
back.
Mike, I
I didn't
actually
know
us how
this
to
was
get to the
happening.
game.
I had no idea this was happening. I was just dropping out Stella. I was going to sneak any beer or
Mike
a
does not
two
read his
beers.
emails over the group chat.
Mike, while you're here in frame, I'd love to tell you a little bit
about Mike
a little bit about Mike Castillo and the Gridiron Growler, because I took some time, put some stuff together. Mike Castillo, you are maybe undisputedly the GOAT of the Growler, if
100%.
not in the discussion. Number one in the league in several positions. He's the favorite to win the halfback howler again because he is a 3-time halfback winner, including last year. Interestingly enough, Mike has a 8-2 overall record. Mike started 0-2 and has run off 8 consecutive wins. And if you look at the teams Mike's on, which I did, I crunched the numbers. The average score for any team Mike is on is 26 points, 26 and a half actually. And the average score for the team against him is 12 points, which means if you shift Mike Castillo to a team, that is a 2-touchdown swing. He is a plus 14-point guy by himself. I mean,
Which leads us to believe why.
So a little bit of background, ladies and gentlemen. Mike standing here, outstanding wrestler, state champion, 2-time state finalist, Michigan State, standout, pole vaulter. He is an accomplished athlete. Gentlemen, a little bit more about where are we going to see Mike? Are we going to see him quarterback, wide receiver? Where are we running back? Where are we going to see him?
So
Put him on the
if,
line.
so Mike Castillo, if he was on
I know
he
you're
could be
great
the
at
quarterback.
that.
He could also be the wide receiver. He could throw it to himself. If he was on defense, he would intercept that and run it back for a pick six. We can put him anywhere. It just depends on what time he shows up to the game, and where he wants to play, and how many beers he's had.
Thank you all.
But also at the end of the day, we have a roster of players, of athletes on our team.
All right, so Mr. Keast, we want to get. So we're going to start a little bit of the breakdown. So now that we know the roster, we want to start taking a look at the whole effort of the team. So we're going to go right to these two gentlemen here. Give us a synopsis. What does your team outlook look like now that you got your roster?
Yeah, I wrote this down. So
Perfect.
Oh,
so
We're gonna stay on page.
it's not off the cuff.
this is not off the cuff. I looked at this roster, and I looked at it, and we have the steel curtain with a little bit of mission, driven by discipline, and a little bit of French flair.
A little bit of
Right here.
hard.
Yeah.
I'll put my check.
Yeah, you should.
So, so we're saying steel curtain. You're not going to get past these the wall of the O line, and of course you've got a gunslinger at quarterback, an accomplished quarterback. Gentlemen, what are we thinking about their roster and what they put together, or what is put together for the Cascade Commanders?
They got speed for sure. They have speed.
And it's a heck of a combo, trio on the line. And Conky has got great hands. I love their team, you know? And I like our team as well. And I think that it's going to be a battle.
You look at both teams individually. You look at a team, you say that team, that's not fair. Look at the other side, you say, that's not fair.
Yeah.
You put them together, it might be fair.
Fair enough.
Well, when you look at both of them,
You guys read those cue cards.
you're like, hey, any one player can play a different spot. You look at Kyle Carhart, who you have as wide receiver, who you put him on the line. That's a big dude. He can do whatever he wants. He's a pro athlete.
I can't wait to show up and
Yeah.
show him this part of the video and have him, so he can hear you say that. He's going to love this.
So,
Love this.
But at the end of the day,
like a couple of things.
You guys got Carhartt too?
Yeah.
yeah.
It's like David and Goliath here. You got every single giant, except for the ones we have.
Wow, we've got an we got a three-time halfback howler winner being protected by Frost. Okay, so couple things. As we wrap up here, we're going to get down to the last little bit here. Keith, any final thoughts? How does this game stack up to the rest that you've participated in? You've been playing since 2017.
Mr. COVID here.
2017, 2018. Tell us a little bit about where does this stack up? How important is it to win the Gridiron Round?
I mean, it's honestly like when in 2017, that is how we became. You know, like that is a defining moment actually in my life. As dumb as it sounds, that celebration party at JT solidified. Hey, now we're all hanging out together. You know, so it means a lot to me. And last year, Trevor and I picked the teams. I whooped his ass. You know, in the draft, on the field. And now it's kind of like the team I drafted is on the other side. And I really like our team. I think we're going to go out there. These guys are already chirping. So our team, we're a bunch of dogs, man. We're battle. We're here to battle.
JLF and Mike, you guys have an incredible amount of grit. You've played in a lot of games. Wrapping up, final thoughts about the Ada lineup.
Mike, let her in.
So the Ada team, the more I look at it and the more I get through this evening, I look at this team and I have a lot of respect for it. I looked at it on the surface and I compared the two and I'm like, oh man, we are going to dominate. But at the end of the day, I look at it and I'm like, Trevor, I see what you did here. And I can respect the Ada Athletic Club a lot more after looking through it and speaking through it. I give you respect, and I hope that nothing more that we have a great game.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Absolutely. It's hard to say it any better than that. One of the things that we try to do is we always try to make sure this is a fair game, an even game. We want comparable competition. We do have another one of our players in studio, fullback Travis Eisen.
Yes, sir.
Yo, Travis! Travis, come on in. Do you have any comments about the rosters, your thoughts about what we're looking at?
I came over here to get the recap of the rosters. I've only been exposed to a little bit of it. So I'm on Ada. So I'm ready to take it to Cascade.
All right, very good,
Right,
very
buddy.
good, very good. All right,
that's
closing
I'm
out
gonna
our
take back
show.
my comments.
Closing out our show. We're going over an hour and 10 minutes. This is our longest broadcast. Just a couple of moments. Make sure you keep an eye out for the player pack, ladies and gentlemen. Please touch base with your significant other. Encourage them to do the punt, pass, and kick contest. Encourage your children to do the punt, pass, and kick contest. The social will be following the game at Heritage Field. We ask that everybody partake in the festivities incognito after the game. I can't thank you guys enough. Thank you to Clay, our videographer. We appreciate our officials. Gentlemen, any final words?
Like I said, the best part you're here is to Brad for keeping us together, putting this on, and putting in the work. As always, our
That's
commander.
right. That's right. Hey, we're coming. We're going to close this out. There will be a winner and there will be a loser. Until the victory goes to spoils. So you, I say, huzzah and good luck to all players.
Let's see you guys.
See you at Gravel Bottom.